sources, within the Air Force were talking about some sort of technical malfunctioning, possibly, in the engine, but the result of that inquiry never came out in public domain. And this is also a reason why, now when this incident has happened, everyone is looking forward to some sort of, confirmation from the Indian Air Force, because, they constantly, taking this particular jet in the operations. In fact, during Operation Sindoor, it was very much airborne, against Pakistan. And in fact, in the recent circumstances, we have seen that how one of these squadrons have from southern parts of India to the western front of the India. And, relying on the platform. And that's the reason why it is very hard to say as to immediately what happened, under what circumstances this crashed. But, again, it cannot be only the operational, some sort of technical malfunctions or sort of, operational difficulties that may have been faced by the pilot during the time when he was airborne. But right now, we'll wait for some sort of official.
All right.
In some time from now, we'll get some.
With me, Akash. I'm also joined in by Captain Augustine Vinod, who's joining us on the broadcast as well. Captain Vinod, what can you share with us about your assessment as far as these visuals? If you can see, it's air and one that really leaves very little hope for the pilot's life. I'd like your thoughts.
Absolutely. In fact, in August of this year, we had seen a similar crash in Poland. Ace display pilot is, I think, Colonel Slab, very similar on an F-16, where the pilot got out, but the aeroplane's capability, we call it the mush. So the mush sort of took him to the ground. And in this case, a couple of meters more and the pilot could have come out alive. But that is the, dangers of the low-level aerobatics. We have had one during 8th October, where we lost another ace pilot on Mirage 2000 carrying out an aerobatics. Name was Joe Bakshi, Wing Commander. He was the commanding officer of my squadron, 7th Squadron. Again, in a downward spiral, roll, he crashed. So this is part of the game in low-level aerobatics. So
Captain Vinod, what we're saying is that this is the second which has crashed. What can you tell us about this crash that had happened and what were the reasons behind it? Is there any so far from that previous crash?
They both are unrelated because first, when first crash happened, I happened to be close to Jaisalmer at that time. It was a malfunction. In fact, the aeroplane sort of almost landed. It had small engine trouble. But if you look at any single engine fighter in the history of aviation, Tejas enjoys the best safety record till date. The amount of flying hours done, the amount he's done. We call it the rate of type 1 crashes or where the aeroplane is lost completely. This has the best safety record for any single till date, including the Mirage that we operate. And
so interestingly, according to the HAL, it is the Tejas which is the most advanced version, especially when it comes to these fighter jets. What about this particular iteration?
Very true. In fact, the fiber-wire technology, it has computers all the time calculating what should be the control deflection. The aeroplane does not, disintegrate in air due to mishandling of controls, which in a manual aeroplane you could, or in Mirage 2000, modern jet you cannot do it. So the pilot's movement is on to the computer, and the computer calculates how much of control deflection to that the aeroplane does not overstress itself. So it keeps you very safe, but in this you have to get out if you need that extra, we call it the G's or the acceleration force. Fly-by-wire does not allow you to do that because of the inherent safety.
All right, Captain Vinod, visuals that we are bringing to you, I'm going to request my team to cut full screen right now over here as visuals are concerned. That where you can see the Tejas fighter down into a columns of smoke billowing out. This is the international airport in where the Dubai Air Show was also sort of request my team to focus on this particular visual. This entire ball of fire. Quickly go back to Captain Vinod, who continues. Captain Vinod, if you quickly go across to Akash also, who continues. So Akash, if you can bring us more information coming in from the Indian minutes before you informed our viewers here at CNN News 18 that the Indian Air Force has confirmed this.
Right. So, Akanksha, for the benefit of our viewers, we are learning that on the day of the air performance that was happening, in Dubai Air Show, Tejas aircraft crashed, and we are learning about this unfortunate story. In fact, we were there tracking movements in Dubai, and till yesterday about of Tejas, people were appreciating what went. Chances this crash has happened is a matter of. But right now, the aircraft has crashed. And also, this is just the second, incident of such crash. Concern because when we, see the operational history, it is in the service for years. One of the that can rely used during Sindoor. How recent squad, total 2 squadrons, 1 squadron South India to western part of the country. This is unfortunate. We can see, in fact, these where we can see the Tejas crashed, performance at the is in the static display. One is there for, one is possibly for reserved aircraft.